Hello, beautiful people. Another day at my office here at Castaic Lake. I have been loving the life here. We're doing trailer life for a little bit and I've been quite enjoying it. It is also crazy how organized you need to be when you live in such a small space. However, we are going to do another reaction video today. This is Nika and you're watching Love for Beauty. Here we go. Today I will be reacting to Selena Gomez makeup routine. I am super excited. I love Selena. She's adorable and amazing and she is a superstar. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I'm pressing play now.
First step, I wash my face, and I like to use the skin soothing foam, and it actually helps because I have dry skin, but then on certain areas I have oily, which is really annoying. So I love that. I did that.
What a surprise! Her skin type is exactly like mine. I have like dry patches on my face, but I also have some oily ones. And yes, cleansing your face is the best way to start before you apply your makeup. In case you are new to my channel, my name is Nikageneva and I am a professional makeup artist and have been for 10 years. I've worked on all kinds of production from film to commercial and fashion. Let's move on.
As for moisturizer, I love the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Care line. And it's so thick and yummy that you actually don't have to use that much of it.
I have been loving Tatcha products. I have not tried their moisturizer or any of their face creams yet, but maybe I should. I really love the fact that she's putting a very little. I often say that when I use moisturizer under the makeup, I'd like it to be oil-free and to let it dry for a few minutes before I start applying the makeup.
Now, next step is for the Drunk Elephant sunscreen. I like to put sunscreen on because not only is it important to keep your skin looking fresh, but I have lupus, so being in the sun is, kind of difficult for me. So I like to put my sunscreen on. This one's 30 SPF.
I totally understand wearing sunscreen, especially if you have more fair skin or you have a condition as she does. I normally don't put sunscreen unless I will be outside all day. If I'm only gonna get out of the car and go into a building, same applies for my clients. I do not like putting sunscreen under the foundation. Foundation does not like sunscreen much, and sometimes it does not blend in well, or creates these clumps that are not fun. If you really have to wear sunscreen, then use an airbrush. That way, the makeup is just sprayed onto your face rather than just applied with a brush where you can lift up the sunscreen. Another tip, if you are using sunscreen, make sure it's made with zinc or titanium, because actually all the other kinds of sunscreen are scientifically proven to cause cancer. I don't want to scare anybody. I just want you guys to be aware. It is a thing. You're trying to prevent cancer by putting chemicals that cause cancer on your skin. So yeah, try to go with the organic, natural ones and you will be okay. And also, I will recommend, if you have to do that, make sure you apply it really thoroughly in the skin and rub it in so it sinks in, and give it some time before you apply the foundation on top.
Next, I'm going to be using my Weightless foundation.
Selena is a pro. I have to say this. She is showing us each product that she is using and I absolutely love that. So for foundation, she's using her own brand, Rare Beauty. I can't wait to see what it looks like when she applies it.
So I kind of just start by making dots along my face. My applicator kind of tends to It'll follow wherever you put it. I'm gonna blend that in. So, that's my foundation.
Okay, I was going to say that this foundation is a bit too yellow for her, but she uses very little as a little dots that she applied, and then she spreads it everywhere. And since she has a little bit of pink skin tone, it worked perfectly because it just canceled the pink on her skin, and then it gave her that smooth finish. This color is perfect for her. See how her neck and her hands don't look different than her face. I love you, Selena. You really know what you're doing.
Make sure that even in between, if you have a tan or if you're checking something, I always kind of go in here every now and then because they get spray tans.
It's always good to go down the neck a little bit and make sure that you blend that foundation in.
Next would be my Weightless Concealer. I change color all the time, so for instance, I'm going to use both colors, a little lighter and a little darker.
Great. We have lots of noise today. Trucks, people, kids. Forgot my thought. People just love talking to me while I'm shooting. All right, so back to the concealer. I really love the fact that she has two different colors, a lighter one and a darker one, depending on how tan she is. And you know, she said sometimes she mixes them, which is absolutely amazing. I love that. I can't wait to see how she's gonna apply those. They're also her brand.
I think growing up, I for sure felt like makeup was a part of my world. And, you know, being in different facets of the industry, it's been really fun to play with it because it makes a character when you're on set. It creates something magical.
I really love the way she's applying the concealer, even though I normally use like a smaller brush, but she applies it with an upward motion from the inner corner of her eye in lifting up. This is amazing. If you have any fine lines, that very much gives a lift to the eye when you're applying product that way.
And you know, music, you can create stories with it. And then for fashion, there's so many different ways that makeup's expressed. Even beyond what they're wearing, it's almost like it's a part of it. It has to be a part of it. So next, these are my liquid blushes. Oh, by the way, this is my favorite. It's called Joy.
And she shows us the blush that's called Joy. It's also her brand. I feel like most of the makeup that she's using will be her brand, and there's nothing wrong with that. She created it. Why wouldn't she brag with it? I really want people to go away from my screen and be quiet. I really want to try it. I have never tried her products, but I am loving the way they look on her face.
So I'm usually putting my blush towards the top of my cheeks. Hung taught me that because it just kind of lifts your cheekbone a bit, and it also doesn't kind of come in here and make you look all red and sunburned. At least that's what I told me.
She is absolutely right about the placement of the blush. I love that this is the way I do it. I am really impressed by Selena Gomez. She really knows her makeup. She's absolutely correct. If you go too far in, you're going to look a little bit sunburned. And the other mistake that people do, in my opinion, they go too far up here. And I really don't like to go all the way up there with blush. I would contour like all around the hairline, but I simply don't like to place the blush so far back. Especially, think about it, if you're on TV or if you're shooting something, if you're facing the camera, you're almost not gonna see the blush because it's gonna be way too far back.
I was heavily involved in the entire process because I also care so much about mental health, and I believe it's a part of your self-esteem. It's a part of how you see yourself, and you shouldn't have to have makeup for you to see yourself that way, but Makeup isn't a joke. It's actually beautiful and it's wonderful and it brings people together, and I have so much respect for that community because it really is art.
Oh, she says makeup is art. I always say that, so thank you, Selena. This is beautiful.
I'm going to use the Benefit Voila bronzer, and I kind of dust this a little bit around. I want to see color.
Okay, she is using the bronzer from Benefit. I'm still really happy that she shows us all the products. The only thing I didn't like was that she dumped a bunch of product like in the middle of her cheek at first, but she blended it in quite nicely, so it doesn't really bother me. Just my advice: to blend in bronzer and contour easier, you might want to powder with translucent powder over your foundation, and that would make it easier. And also when you're placing your bronzer or contour, you want to start kind of not right on top of the cheeks where it's so light. I would start like a little lower and then blend from there. But she did a great job blending it, so I love it.
I kind of do what most people do, and I kind of follow into this 3, and then I do under the chin and around it.
She's following the Kim Kardashian technique, that 3 with the bronzer. I don't know if Kim was using that for the bronzer or for the powder, but I remember that she was doing that 3 shape on the side of her face.
As you can see, my routine is actually super simple. I'm going to use this Marc Jacobs palette, and I'm going to show you a little bit of an eye trick that I've learned, because eyeshadow tends to be like kind of tricky for me. Oh, I don't know where my brush. Got it. So I'm going to start with a little bit of the kind of nudish color, and I'm going to go along the edge. You could also use concealer before you put on eyeshadow to give it more of a lasting effect.
Okay, Selena, are you sure you're not a makeup artist? Because that lift you created with that initial color of the eyeshadow is just perfection. That's exactly how I do it. I love me some lift at the outer corners of the eyes. Oh my gosh, I feel like, I guess she's been doing it for so long. She knows all the tricks and tips. This reaction video is all about praising Selena's makeup skills. Selena, you are killing it. Also, love that eyeshadow palette.
So I'm gonna kind of go in to that shiny, and it has more of a lighter color, so I'm gonna use the middle area. What I'm showing you is how I'm going to be using this look in every single step I take. You can kind of just stop here, you could stop where I was.
I love the placement of the lighter color that she did right in the middle of her eyelid and close to her lashes. It's really beautiful. She blended it really nicely, and I love those peachy tones on her. The colors she picked for her makeup are just perfect for her skin tone. Perfect.
But this is kind of me transitioning into night. Okay. I brush them out a little.
Ooh, she forgot to mention, ooh, there's a car coming. She forgot to mention the eyebrow product, but I am not mad at her at all. What I would say is it's a little bit tricky with those eyebrow gels, especially if they are a darker color, the ones that have this pulley that looks like a mascara wand, because sometimes you can dump a little bit too much, which I see like in this part of her eyebrows, and it's not necessarily bad, but if that happens, I like to kind of like blend it in or take a Q-tip and kind of take it away a little bit. But other than that, her eyebrows are just gorgeous.
My next favorite process is my liquid liner. Like favorite. So I love this. This is something I wanted to be perfect, because liquid liner can be such a nightmare and it can be really hard. here we go. I have tried to do the like cat liner thing probably since I was 16. So one trick that did stick with me, and sometimes it works, but most of the time, you know, I'm just figuring it out as I go, is to basically start, if you're looking straight in the mirror, start where your eye kind of looks directly straight. Does that make sense? And then I go underneath it to create the line that I want. So I wear my liner like this, but again, we're going gradually into day and night.
Okay, liquid eyeliner is super hard. She did good. I feel like it can be a little more perfected. I do tend to start kind of in the middle of the eye as well, and the reason for that is if I want my liner to be really thin closer to the inner corner of the eye, I don't want to dump all the product there initially, because then the liner would be a lot thicker. So I start in the middle. I don't think she went all the way in, but I'm just telling you an advice if you want to go all the way in. When I'm forming the little tail, I start from the outside in, but everybody has their own way. I feel like this eyeliner is a bit too thick for her, but she says that she's going into an evening look, so I totally understand that. I feel like just the type of the eyeliner she's using, it's making it harder. I do not like the eyeliners that look like kind of like a Sharpie, like a marker at the end. I do like the ones that have a very thin, fine brush that's made out of hairs, because that one gives me a lot more flexibility and a lot more precision than the one that looks like a marker. That's just my preference.
And next, if I want a little more, of course, is to go straight in the middle.
Now that you connected the inner corner, I'm kind of loving the look. It's really similar to the Catwoman look. If you like my content, support me by liking this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is up. Share my channel with your friends and invite them to become part of the Love for Beauty fam. If you have questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments or shoot me an email. Moving on. Another thing about the eyeliner is when you start applying the wing from the inside out, it's very hard to get that really thin and pointy corner. If you have a really fine and pointy brush and you start from the out in, it's a lot easier to get that perfect wing.
Next, I'll probably be doing my luminizer. I'll put it on little areas around my neck or my shoulders, whatever I want to feel like shiny and cute. I'm gonna go.
I love that illuminizer. That also comes from her makeup line. I think it's so beautiful and so delicate, and I love the fact that she didn't dump a whole bunch of product. She just applied it very sparingly and then she blended it in, and it looks beautiful and dewy and not like a traffic light that you could see from a mile away.
What I've been so lucky to do is that I've started doing the thing that I love. And then eventually I grew up and I started to open up my entire mind to the possibilities of the things I could do to help people, to bring people joy or to make them laugh, or music that moves them, or all of that is genuinely brings me pure joy. So I think that's just something that I've always just felt like, why stop? You know, like why go anywhere else when, you know, you can just try new things, and that's something I've always been into for sure. You see the lighter, you see the blush, and now I do a last look thing, which is so LA. Last looks. This is just to ensure that everything that I just did.
She says she does this thing where she checks everything, and she reapplied some concealer, which in my opinion she really didn't need to do. You can do a touch up like that throughout the day or a few hours after you apply the makeup, but like her makeup looked so good, she didn't need to do that. But hey, if she felt the need for it, sometimes on camera it doesn't show certain imperfections that you see in the mirror. So yeah, she looks gorgeous.
Here is my Blot and Glow touch-up kit. This is the sheet. You pull out and you can go over, and then take this. You could also bend this brush if you want to go into precise areas. Perfect.
Stop it. What is that powder that comes with blotting sheets? I love it.
I have lashes on, so when I want to have a more of a look, I would go for Huda Beauty lashes. So I will just probably put on a little bit.
Huda Beauty mascara. Need to try it. It looks bomb. And yes, I noticed she has extensions, so she's definitely not gonna need a strip. Let's move on to the lips.
The lip soufflés are so yummy. They are so smooth. So normally is my signature red. I'm showing you this other color because for Blackpink, in the music video we did, I got to use this. Okay, watch this part. It's heaven.
She is doing a red lip. I can't wait to see this. Even though I would really love this look if she put just a nude lip gloss, it would have looked amazing. But she wants to show us a more evening look, and obviously you can do your own makeup however you'd like. But okay, let's see the lips. Ooh, that lipstick is red. I definitely would have loved this look better with a more nude lips. And I do agree that a good cat liner works well with red lips, but in this case I feel like her lips would have looked really pretty with some shimmery nude gloss. Also, I tend to like the more cooler tones of red lipstick. It looks a little more on the orange side rather than the deeper red that I personally like better.
All right, next and final step is to do a little bit of this. So this is my refresher spray, and you could use it before you put on makeup, after, during the day. It has this refreshing scent. Shake. I feel like makeup should be accessories to complement what's beautiful about you.
I absolutely agree. Selena, you are so right. I have so much respect for you, and you're absolutely beautiful.
I always believe that, because you can't help but feel the pressure and feel like you have to look a certain way, or, oh, if I only did this or only look like that, it would work. But I don't know. I just think that you're special. You're supposed to be who you are. And I've met like thousands of people in my life, and I wish that they could see what I see when I see them, you know? So thank you so much for watching my day to night look, and yes, I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait for you to try it.
I absolutely love the way Selena Gomez did her makeup. It's beautiful, it's glowy. She matched the colors perfectly. She used like these warm peachy tones that go so well with her skin tone. She's absolutely gorgeous. She was gorgeous before putting the makeup on, but she really knows her makeup, and I feel she would do amazingly as a makeup artist. The takeout from this video is, let makeup accentuate the beauty that you already have. Selena, you are such a beautiful person, and it was so much fun reacting to your video. This is it from me today, you guys. I had so much fun, and I hope you had fun watching Selena Gomez doing her makeup with me. I will see you on the next one. More reaction videos are coming your way very, very soon. Now, look in the mirror. You are beautiful. So windy here today at my office, but I feel like I'm in the forest. I feel like I'm completely in the wilderness, except for the bunch of people walking around and cars driving by while I'm filming. Stop that. But other than that, look at this view.